Alrighty guys, Wesley K1 wanted to see an overview on the 1800. This 1964 model C Series 1800. They had A Series, which was 60 through 62, and those are the checkerboard ones. I think they ended in 62. Then they had, I don't know exactly what all they changed between them. The B and C series were pretty similar units. They had a 283 cubic inch gas engine, 310 cubic inch diesel engine, naturally aspirated, put out about 82 horsepower, I think is what they were. 6-speed transmission, had the optional hydropower, which gave you 2 on-the-go speed shifts. That really makes them a nice tractor. If you had just 6 forward gears and no shift on the go, it'd be kind of, it wouldn't be that great. Sure wouldn't have been. They're just not as handy when they don't have the shift on the go. Let's see what else. 18.4 34 tires on it. This tractor has been repainted once. It was repainted back in 87, I think it was. It actually caught on fire. They lended it to a neighbor, and they were filling it up with gas, and the handle didn't shut off, and they'd left the key on to watch the gas gauge, and it had overflowed the tank and actually caught on fire, and so it ended up getting repainted then. Oh well, it happens. These are a really nice drive tractor. If you pick about any tractor to drive, nicest driving of ones that don't have a cab. It's nice. This would probably be one of them easiest one. If I was going to drive a tractor without a cab, I'd probably pick this one. Just a really nice driving tractor. They had an option of fender fuel tanks you could get on them. But you can't slide them into 30-inch rows with the fender fuel tanks. So we never had. We've got a set of them. I think we got a set of them. Maybe we don't. I guess we never did run fender fuel tanks because we just never were in. We always just had the tires slid in. That's water temperature, amp meter, it's been replaced there. Fuel gauge, hour meter, and speedometer. I think this is the first, either the B or this. I'm not sure if the A's did or not have a separate speedometer from the, because some of them had a, I guess they did have a separate speedometer from the TAC to where it was all, where it's 2 separate units instead of one together, and you had to look at the lines real close. Some of you know what I'm talking about. International had that type of speedometer also. Got your lights. You got 4 of them that go forward, highs and low beams, and then there's they're two. No, there's just one on the back. I don't know why they ever did that. Put more going forward than they did on the implement, but they just got one on the back. This light, I don't know what it's for. This one's the idiot light for the oil pressure because it does not have an oil pressure gauge. On the 1850, there's an oil pressure gauge right there, which is kind of nice. Big improvements they were making when they came out with these series of tractors. They were going up on the hydraulics were better on them. Oh, I do know on the A series that the Burning Dinosaurs had a overview on his 1800A. They had a throttle. The throttle was here on the steering column, and I think it was either B or C. They switched to right here, which is a little handier. And this is your two-speed shift. It did have tilt steering wheel. Live PTO, obviously. But like I said, the hydraulics were getting better on these series of tractors. That's a big advancement over the 880. Two remotes with toolbox, 540 PTO. I think you could get 1,000 on that. I know 1,000. I think will bolt in there. If you have a 2-speed PTO, it will bolt in. You can take the 540 one out and put a whole dual speed unit in there. Swinging drawbar. Other than that, that's about it. It's pretty fairly simple tractor. Sam Talley wanted to see what to look for if you're going to buy one of these. Weak link on these is kind of these chain couplers, and there they used to couple the hydropower to the transmission. It's like a roller chain that they just wrap around 2 sprockets. I've seen heard of those breaking before, and it's broke on this tractor before, but luckily it was idling when it broke. If you're going through the field wide open, that chain will come loose and mow off the 4 steering lines right there, and you got to put those on. It just destroys a lot of stuff in there. Kind of got to look out for that. There's a bolt down in the bottom right here, which pushes up on the bottom of the hydropower. And if they've got a vibration, generally if you're in the high range and it's got a vibration but it doesn't have a vibration in the low range, that bolt has backed off some, and you actually got to run that bolt in there until it touches, and then you turn it like another 1/8 of a turn or 1/4 of a turn or something to preload it. And that usually will take away the vibration. I've had that happen on here actually last fall when we were plowing there at Plowdad. Tighten that bolt back up. It's got an overrunning sprag clutch for the low range to where you can coast when you're in the low range, and then it's just a direct straight through when you're in high range. Tops out about 16 mile an hour, 2,500 wide open, 2,200 is the rated load. So you've got that. I mean, there's not a whole lot. The rear ends are about indestructible on them. You know, they're pretty good transmissions, rear ends. You know, Sam, if you're looking at them, you know, really just general stuff on the motor, how much blow by it's got and everything, how it runs. One other thing, I don't know a ton about these hydraulics because we've never had to work on them because they were a good unit. But I do know it seems like if any of the 4 digits are getting parted out, if the tractor doesn't look like it's complete junk, but they are getting parted out, it's because something went wrong in the hydraulics, it seems like. I don't know if they're expensive to repair or you can't get parts or what the deal is for them. So if you see one that, you know, needs hydraulic work or says weak hydraulics, I would definitely check into that a little more before you bought the thing. Other than that, really, they're pretty tough tractors. Really nice driving, like I said. So I would definitely buy one that's got the hydropower in it, though. Especially if you're doing hay or anything, that is just a world of difference on just convenience on the tractor. Just makes them real nice. Well, I think that'll do it here. So thanks Wesley K for requesting the video, and thanks everyone for watching.